Hello everyone, I hope everyone is well and a great festive period. The purpose of this video is just, as the sort of title explains, it's just sort of a solo practice that I did on a chilly Sunday morning, and the main focus was, as I decided the night before, to work on my serve. For those who are new to the channel, essentially what this is, if it's even a channel, is just a diary of my play. I used to play a lot when I was younger in high school, but sort of stopped in uni. Fell out of love with sport, more in love with football. But as I've got older, bad knees and whatnot, I've sort of got back into it again, and this is really just documenting that. Now back to the session. I was working on my serve because I felt in the last few games that I've played, it's not really been as consistent as I like, and I'm not really getting that much power off it. I also have historic shoulder injuries, and I have an inkling, pretty good suspicion that this is due to bad serve technique. So I did a bit of research the night before, I watched a few videos, and my plan was essentially just to work on the serve, try to hit a few serves, and then working on various techniques. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So as I've been talking, you can have seen that I've just been running around the court to warm up. The main purpose of this is just that I want to go into the session cold, and it was also absolutely freezing. I think it was about 2 degrees Celsius. So hell no, I'm not, getting my coat off and straight going into hitting some strokes. So I did a bit of running, warmed up the legs, rolled up the arms. You can see I've done some side steps, crossovers, moving my arms about, with the intention of getting warm. So following the warm up with the running, I'm doing a bit more with ground strokes now, doing shadow strikes. As you can see, I've sped this up because, let's be honest, you don't want to watch me doing this in normal time. We'd be watching a half an hour video. I'll then move on to using the ball as well. I'll slow this one down because, I'm sorry, that is hilarious. What a starting shot that is. I'm hitting these all down the line really. I'm not really caring where they go. My real aim here is just to warm up, trying to get my body warm. Just trying to warm up my arms really before we hit some serves. The second round, basically the same thing, but I'm aiming to generate a little bit more topspin on this one, trying to rip it a bit more. Again, not really caring where it goes, I'm just trying to generate topspin and warm up really before we get into some serves. So with the ground strokes now warmed up, now into my service warm up. And I'm incorporating 2 sort of warm-ups that I saw online from the tennis mentor. The first one is a 2-finger grip, so I'm holding the racket here with 2 fingers, and I'm just doing a sort of service motion, but I'm not going across my body, I'm just going in a circle, almost like a golf swing. Here I've sort of moved across now, moving into the cross section, so moving on from a circle into actually going across my body. I've now moved from doing 2-finger grip into just the normal chopper grip whilst doing the serve. So I've done this for about maybe 2 or 3 minutes, just trying to work my shoulder. I'm really trying to warm up the shoulder so that when I do the practice it doesn't hurt and it's a bit more flexible and mobile. So whilst you watch me do these sort of shadow serves, the main sort of aim that I'm doing with this practice is trying out platform and pinpoint stance serves. If you're familiar with what they are, that's great, but for those who aren't, essentially the pinpoint serve is one where you sort of start with feet wide apart and then you squeeze your back foot into your front foot as you serve and then push off of both with them together. The most sort of obvious one in the pro scene is Nick Kyrgios. Platform stance is where you keep both feet far apart, and then you sort of just jump off both of them without moving them together. Classics would be Federer, Djokovic. So I've always sort of done a pinpoint serve it sort of let me down, and I'm pretty sure that my trailing foot doesn't really squish into my front foot, but goes past it. And it's always been sort of something that's when I've had coaching before, they mentioned that I was almost foot faulting because my other foot would actually go beyond my front foot. And I think this has also caused some of my shoulder injury, so I'm just trying to sort of try both here. What was interesting is that in these serves, first round of serves, I actually thought I was doing quite a lot of platform serves, but they were actually all pinpoint. Well, so the initial takeaways are, just in terms of pinpoint versus the platform, it's quite clear that the platform is a bit more steady. Or is it? Because I was doing a pinpoint the whole time. What is clear though is that every time that I hit a serve, my trailing foot went beyond my front foot, it went in the net. Guaranteed. So that's something I need to work on. So following those initial takeaways, I sort of did this little exercise which I got from Top Tennis Training. Involves putting some balls on the floor in front, and the aim of this is really to just try and explode off the both feet and jump off and forwards into your serve. Now I've edited the rest of the video here and sort of cut all the serves so there's no gaps in between. And what you'll see really, the trend is that as my trailing leg goes a bit to the side or beyond, it always goes in the net. Guaranteed. Always goes in the net. I hit a few nice platform serves here and there, but in reality, even though they might be better, and I guess that's something that I guess we'll just have to practice, what felt a lot more natural was the pinpoint serve, where I sort of squeeze up the back one in. The reason for that is because with the platform serve, obviously you're not stepping into your serve, as it were, and the weight transfer is a little bit different. So often I felt a bit, stuck almost. I also did the same on the left side. The left side it felt much more natural to do a pinpoint serve. So I think the starting point going forwards will be trying to work on a pinpoint serve, but making sure that my trailing leg doesn't go beyond my front one. One thing that I did sort of take away was that the toss was really key. I haven't really shown it in this video, but I cut a lot of incorrect tosses, where I basically couldn't serve because the toss was either too far to the right, too far to the left, and it took about 2 or 3 goes on some serves just to get it right. And it also, especially on a platform serve, when once you're sort of stationary and you're jumping off, it's quite hard to readjust yourself if you've got a bad toss. So I think that was key, and that's also why the pinpoint felt a bit better, because I don't have the best toss, it's quite erratic. So the pinpoint serve was much easier to adjust to if you've got a slightly off toss. Again, that's something to work on. As the video goes on, you can see I sort of actually get into a bit of a groove. I don't know if this is a groove or the technique is working, or maybe I've just warmed up properly finally. But I had some nice serves, and I'm hitting them consistently in, which is very nice. Well, sorry for babbling on for so long, but I hope you enjoyed that. I mean, it was very useful for me to watch these back and do these videos, and hopefully might help you as well. On to the next one. Thank you for watching.